As long as the New York Yankees are not on TV tonight, there's a pretty good chance my family's watching this online as we speak. So Mom, Dad, Beth, Chris, this may not be Cooperstown, but it's pretty darn cool. And please know that your love made all the difference. Great teaching is about love. Marcia paid the college application fee for her student because the kid's family didn't have the resources to do so. Kyle gave up his free period so that at-risk kids could hang out in his room and receive the mentoring they so desperately needed. Dave and Angel drove 7 hours to visit a student in rehab because they hoped it would make a difference. Chris and Tim brought a mattress to the home of their student unannounced because they knew the child was sleeping on the floor and was having trouble staying awake in class. My mom offered food, shelter, and emotional support to any of her students that needed it. These are just a few examples of the love that teachers give students every day. I am truly honored to be selected for the National Teachers Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees, the good people of Emporia, and all the people in the Fairport School District who helped make this happen. But being selected for this honor does not mean I'm one of the 5 best teachers in the country. Gosh, there are days I'm not even the best teacher in my own classroom. Rather, being selected for this honor means I'm one of 5 lucky people who get to represent the thousands of great educators across this nation. And being an ambassador for teachers is not only a privilege, it is a sacred responsibility. My mom and dad are teachers. My brother is a teacher. My best friends and colleagues are teachers. I stand on the shoulders of giants, and I look forward to telling the world about the great work that teachers do each day. You may have noticed that none of the stories I shared mentioned data, testing, or standards. I can assure you, all the teachers I mentioned are experts in their subject matter and masters of pedagogy. But that's not why kids remember them. Kids remember them for love. Unabashed, unconditional love. And I worry not a little that the siren song of testing is luring our noble profession away from the sea of love and into the cliffs of data-driven despair. Jimmy was a gamer and hardly ever did homework because he stayed up late playing on the computer. He had Asperger's syndrome, which made it difficult relating to other people. And oh yeah, by the way, midway through the year, he came out as transgender. His inability to complete work or to pick up on social cues made him difficult to like. But as my superintendent often says, kids who need love the most will ask for it in the most unloving of ways. So I decided Jimmy was going to get love. Lots and lots of love. When he missed class due to medical appointments or depression, I met with him to get caught up. When he came to my room after school, I listened to his long stories, even though that time meant I'd be grading late into the evening. When the transgender issue emerged, I met with his mom and psychologist, hoping to keep the family together. On the day of the state test, I wasn't even sure he'd show up, but he did show, and he got a 67. He passed the hardest test in the state with a 67. The fact that he's alive, that he didn't drop out of school, that he still has a relationship with his mom, and that he somehow passed that test, might be the greatest teaching I've ever done. And while none of it's easily measured with a number 2 pencil, the love I gave Jimmy is the very essence of our profession. I share that story not because I'm exceptional. Rather, I share that story as an example of the heroic work that teachers do each day. In every school, in every classroom in America, teachers give love to kids in myriad ways. Through well-planned lessons, through emotional support, through personal sacrifice, through whatever means necessary to help kids succeed. These are the stories that must be shared. These are the stories that must dominate our national dialogue. These are the stories that must define our profession. And yet, most of them never get told. Because you see, we teachers are a humble lot. Quite frankly, I felt awkward telling you about Jimmy. But I think I have a solution. Rather than speak about ourselves, we simply have to share the heroic work of others. Carol and Lindy told me that as an inductee to the Hall of Fame, I can now give homework to anyone in America. So, to anyone who might be watching this, our homework is to brag about a teacher. Maybe it's a colleague or a friend or the teacher of our child. Maybe we nominate her for an award or write a letter to the local paper praising her. Maybe we post on Facebook or tweet. In whatever ways necessary, we need to share these stories and change the narrative in this country about teachers and schools. The best part about this homework is that it's easy because there are so many amazing teachers out there. Great teaching is about love. And I promise to use this honor to speak tirelessly about the love my brothers and sisters provide in classrooms across America. I hope you will join me in this noble effort. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ognibene, does anyone mind this? What a great invention that he will do for that. As we introduce him, he is number